Welcome back to the Meeple Marathon. Today we're going to be continuing our coverage of Anachrony using the Fractures of Time expansion, specifically the Chronobot Solo AI. So most everything you see here is from the Essential Edition base box. The only thing we have pulled from that box for this playthrough in particular is the Solo AI components. If you want to know how we got to this point, how we set up the board, and how we actually have technically already gone through the first 4 phases of round 1 or era 1, check out the video that's going to be popping up in the corner right now. Otherwise, this is going to be a full playthrough of a game against the Chronobot. I am playing as the Path of Salvation with Shepherd Karaticus here. Essentially, my strategy is going to be trying to push up as high as I can on this time travel marker, and of course securing my evacuation bonus there. So really kind of scoring big here and scoring big here. That's going to be my strategy for this particular game. Also, if you're wanting to learn how to play, the video that popped up earlier is I go through the steps of how to go through each round, each phase of each era. So right now we're just going to go ahead and get started. As always, the Solo AI gets to start as the first player, so we get to start with them, and they are rolling a 3. So they want to build one of the blue buildings. We look here, these are tied, so it's actually going to claim this one. It claims that building, it's done, it pushes over. All right, pretty easy. Now myself, I want to do a lot of constructing, so I'm going to go ahead and jump into one of my exosuits here with an engineer and pop up here to construct. Now, for me, the most important building is going to be the time travel device. And so I've got 2 options up here. Both, have the same end game VP. This one could be getting me end game VP, but I'm going to have to be spending a lot of the Ultratanium, and I'd rather just kind of make it cheaper. So I'm actually going to take this one. See, unfortunately, the one underneath would be even better, but that's fine. So this is the one I'm choosing. I now need to spend these goods, but since I used an engineer, I get a 1 gray cube discount. So here's what I'm spending. I'll return all these back to their supplies, and then I just get to place this in right there. All right. Unfortunately, it's the very first era, so I can't use this building because I can't time travel yet. All right. Solo AI gets to go, and they are moving 3 again, so they actually want to time travel. Now, let me check on this. I don't believe that they can, well, hold on. Can they time travel in this very first round? That is the question. When time travel is selected, it removes any 1 warp tile from the past timeline tile where the Chronobot has the most. Okay. So it basically just scores 1 VP. It has to go backwards. So yeah, I would just wanted to confirm that it can't just steal from its current timeline. Okay, because I can't either. All right, back to me. I'm thinking I want to go ahead and I'm not too super concerned about taking up that other construction slot because I can always go up to the city council slot and take that one there. And then the last thing I want to do with my mech is go for water. That one is super simple. So I think I'm actually going to go here. I am going to send a scientist because I have plans for my engineer, and I'm going to go right here so that I can get double greens. Basically, I need to start accumulating these for my end game scoring. All right, so again, pretty easy. 3 again. All right, I forgot to move this last time, so we should be here. So now it wants to build a super project. Well, it cannot build a super project because it has no breakthroughs. So it simply gains 1 VP. It, however, is going to, it still goes up here and tries to fill up a slot. So it did take that slot for me, which is fine. I'm simply going to come right here and go to this one, which has the exact same penalty. I have to pay water to do so, but that's fine. And so the other one I want to build is that I want to make sure I can continue getting my mechs pretty easily. So I'm actually going to, although that one is very useful. Ooh, hold on. I just noticed this one, and I can go ahead and afford that one. Every round get 2 water. This one's almost too good to pass up. So, all right. So I changed my mind. I'm going to build this one instead. I have to give up 2 of the gray, but I get the discount because I use the engineer, so it's a very cheap build for me. And there we go. All right. So, very nice. I like that. Okay, back to the solo AI. They are doing 4, so they want to build one of their power plants. Again, these are tied, so it always looks to take the one from the smaller pile here. It takes that one, and we move this along. This should have been moved along too. This is probably the hardest thing, which is it's such a simple task, is remembering to move the token after you have done the action. Seems a little bit backwards to me, but it is what it is. Okay, so with my last action, I am going to go up here and send my scientist to gain 4 water. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I will go ahead and use my free action here in order to gain 2 more water. Okay, I think I'm done, but we'll look at it here in just a second. Yeah, I'm not ready to spend all that yet. Okay. All right. So the solo AI gets at least 1 more turn. They are doing 4 again, so they want to recruit. Now they are looking for geniuses. There's a genius available, so they will simply. Oh, I forgot. They technically should have gone up here when they did the build phase, or else they wouldn't have been able to do that one. Which means they continue to take control of first player, yada, yada, yada. But now they're going to go up here and take this spot. They will go after what they want the most, which is a genius. A genius is available, so they'll take the genius, and instead of these rewards, they just gain a single VP token. All right, now we're coming back to me. I have this guy here who I could put here to spend water to get my 1 administrator, but that doesn't seem like a good deal to me. I want to put more people here, then move them all over. So I am just going to hold on to this guy. I can't time travel yet, and so I'm going to pass. That means that the solo AI is also done, and we are going to go through a cleanup phase. For the rest of the video, I'll probably skip over the cleanup phase, simply because it's just purely stuff you guys don't necessarily need to see, but we'll go through it now just so you guys can see exactly what should happen. So essentially everybody out for me needs to come back exhausted because I didn't use the bonus of the engineer here, and that's really the only spot up here that would be available. So everybody's going to come back onto this side of my board. Now it's much more worth it for me to spend that water to get them motivated. Okay, so I returned my workers. I can retrieve the exosuits for the solo AI. Back to them, and we check for impact. Nope. Check for game end. Nope. And now we push on over to here. So at the start of the second era, we go through the prep phase. So we need to, we should have pulled those guys off and pushed these out of the way. All right. Now, start of the prep phase, we need to reseed here and here, flip this over. That's pretty much it. Oh, shift the buildings. That's right. So let's go ahead and see what our next super project is going to be. Okay. Ooh, free action to time travel. Interesting. something I could definitely use. I have something I could time travel with, but that means I don't even have to use a worker to do it. So something we will consider. All right, next thing, let's go ahead and reseed our boards here. So just kind of keep using some of these to refill everything. Boom, boom, don't need this one anymore. Boom, boom, and a yellow. All right. So that one's done. Let's look at our worker pool. 2 scientists, 1 engineer, and 1 genius. I may look at snagging that genius just so I have that wild card. All right, no administrators, which is interesting. And we need to move these buildings over. So you can see now I am building this stack higher. So if, and this one higher as well. So if myself or the AI takes this building, the one underneath becomes available. But you can't just select that one. You have to build the ones on top first. So these are the only 2 available. All right. So yeah, just let me check, make sure. Yep, we have done everything we need to do. And now we move on to the paradox phase. So this is the first time you guys are actually going to see the paradox phase in action. If you watch the setup video, there is technically no paradox phase in the very first era. So we look over here and we see that I have, unfortunately, the most. So the AI is not at risk of rolling a paradox die. So I just simply take this, I roll it out. It was a 1, which is pretty standard. And so I have to put up one of my chips right here. There we go. That's it. That's all we do for the paradox die. As we go further into the game, we'll have to roll a die for each era. Whoever has the most, if players are tied, they both roll. All right, power up. AI always gets their 6 for now. I get 2 guaranteed. Boom, boom. And let's see. What do I want to do with myself this round? Okay, so this is what I think I want to do this round. I think I want to do some mining, some building, some recruiting, and some researching. I think I'm okay on water. I don't need to go to the nomads yet. So I'm going to need 4 exosuits. So I'm thinking, yeah, let's keep it this way. I don't need that yellow one for right now. So I'm going to spend 1 yellow and 1 energy core to get my 4 total exosuits up. Okay, so we have done our power up phase. Now we are going to go on to our warp phase. So what do I want? Actually, I could use an administrator to help wake everybody up. So I have to spend a water to do so, but I get to get an administrator and they come in active. And I also could use, yeah, I already spent that up there. So let's go ahead and get some ultratanium. All right, we're gonna roll this to see what the AI is getting, and they are getting 1 again. So they are putting their single thing there. Okay. All right, so we have gone through our warp phase. Time for the action phase. Solo AI still has first. Chronobot is doing a 2, so they are building one of these buildings. We look here, this one's higher, so it's going to take this one, puts it right there. It has to put somebody out here. There you go, boom. And then it moves. Luckily, this means the next 2 does nothing. All right, so what do I need to prioritize? Actually, first, I need to prioritize, which is unfortunate because he's going to get a jump on me. Yeah. Or do I want to make sure I get out there and do that? Yeah, let's go ahead and get something done out here. All right, so we are going to research. I am targeting this thing so I can actually time travel twice per era. So I need that clock symbol. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to set this one to the clock symbol, and then I'm going to roll this one, hoping it's the triangle. If not, then I at least have one of these 2 shapes I'm working towards next time. All right, and it is the triangle. So I got lucky. Again, that's the only real, randomness in the game. But I have my token, and we were successful in our research. We've got our breakthrough we needed, so I'm glad I went ahead and knocked that out. The Chronobot is doing a number 5, so they are also researching. Look at that. It's like they knew where I was going, so they're going to come here and cover up that spot. Now again, they don't care about the symbol. All they care about is the shape, so they just roll, and they earned a square shape. So we'll just give them this one here. Again, they don't care about the symbols. All right, and actually we'll put their breakthrough right there on the board so that we know that they have one to build a super project. All right, luckily it's going to be a little while before they get back around to there. All right, so for me now, unfortunately, I've got to go up here and spend the water. I'm using an administrator, so they're going to come back ready. And I have to spend 5 water. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And there we go. That's all been spent. I get to push morale up, and all of these people get to now come over here. Let's organize them up a little bit. All right, there we go. Okay, so that was placing a worker. That was not a free action, so I do need to give the Chronobot his turn. He is doing a number 4, so he is recruiting, and he is just spreading himself out. So he's already got a genius. When he goes down here, he only targets a genius. But in this instance, he's actually looking for an administrator. There is not one. Now he wants an engineer. There is one. He will take the engineer and gain 1 VP. All right, back to me. What do I want to do now? So I need 1. I've got that. I'm gonna need. Oh, I forgot to get my 1 raritanium from the future. It's like I'm missing something here. All right, so I want to make sure I snag as many of the gray resources as possible. So I'm gonna go here and take these 2. All right. Chronobot is doing a 4 again, which again, I should have moved this. I'm sorry. So he is going to build again. Man, oh man. He wants to build one of these gray buildings again. He looks and takes this one, fires that right there. And then this pushes down and stacks. All right, you can have 2 stacked. You can't have 3 stacked. We'll talk about that if it happens. All right, so I was wanting to construct, and so I guess I need to go ahead and make sure I can get that done here. So let's go up here, and I have to pay 1 to use that spot. Then I'm going to take this one here. It needs to go right here, so I'm going to spend 1. Normally I'd have to spend 2, but I'm getting a discount. And 1 water. All right, so we can slide that in. Now we've got lots of good water production now. All right, and it's the Solobot's turn. Chronobot is doing a 2, so it does nothing and moves. Perfect. I like that. All right, the last thing we want to do here with our administrator is to go up here. We are going to spend a water to go there. Then we're going to claim this genius, which comes in active. Now the genius, I get to choose. I'm going to go for the energy core as if they were an engineer, because I got plenty of water production. I don't really need the VP right now. So there we go. All right. Boom, boom, boom. That's going to be cheaper. Yep. Okay, we're good. I'm feeling really good about things right now. All right. Chronobot is a 4. Perfect. Nothing. Dud turns. Bunch of dud turns. All right. I'm going to take one of my free actions here and get 2 water. I am then going to use, it really doesn't matter, my scientist has to spend a water, but now can travel back in time. And which one of these do I want? I actually want this one back. See, until I reclaim this token, I can't use it in a future warp tile. But I've gone back. Actually, I could not have paid for engineer anyways. I do have to give up this black. This is me actually sending it back to the past. So I've given it up, but I get to advance here. This is the name of the game right here. This is where all my money is going to come in, right here on this track. So we successfully time traveled, and I've got no other free actions I can really do right now. So Chronobot 5. All right, Chronobot should be up here. See, again, I always forget to move him. So he's going to mine, and then we're going to move him. So he wants to get a purple if available. Then he wants to get a green. So he's going to go here where he can get both. Boom, boom. See how that works? Pretty simple. And then we advanced him. All right, back over here, me. I will use my genius so they come back active to gain 3 water. Okay, and that should be the last thing I'm going to do. All right, 4 again. So they want to promote a genius. If a genius is not available, they do research. So we know how this works. And they're going to take a circle. Here's their circle. All right. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm done. So the solo AI is going to pass. Since we're done with 5, you guys have seen a cleanup round. You've also seen now in this video a preparation round. I've shown it in the setup video. I am going to go ahead and pause the video, do all this administrative stuff, and then we'll come back ready for the paradox round. All right, we are ready to go now. We have gone ahead and done the preparation phase. We have opened up the exo crawler, which essentially allows you to take 2 actions in 1 turn. Because as a free action, you can take a powered up, it's got to be powered up exosuit, place a person in it, and place it out somewhere. Now that's a free action, so you can still take your normal action. There we go. All right, everything else has been taken care of. Our focus for this round is definitely going to be building this super project, traveling back in time twice, and preparing for some more buildings, because they're definitely, we got to keep up with the AI when it comes to buildings. Getting some more green resources. The anomalies are going to take care of themselves. Time travel obviously going to take care of itself. So that is our focus. So let's talk about the paradox die. Back here, we both are tied. So we both are going to have to roll the die. So this is, we're going to start with me. All right, and I got a 1. So I have to put this here. And this is for the AI. And he got a 2. Ooh, he's not happy about that. All right. So there we go. And then we go over here, and it's just me because I have the most. So, all right, I did get a 1. That's okay. We knew this was going to happen. So this is going to give me my 3rd. Now we're done rolling the paradoxes. So if we had more, I would not have been rolling anymore, because once you get 3, you stop. And then at the end of all this, you take your anomaly. So I remove those. I reach way up here. I take an anomaly. Now what's nice about the Path of Salvation, people, is that I can place this sucker anywhere, which means I can cover up one of these end areas that's more tougher to build on. Other factions would have to have either placed it here or here in the leftmost slot, meaning that you either have to remove the anomaly or your constructions construct past it, and it's more expensive. So I am thinking that I am probably not going to be doing much of this type of building here. So I'm going to put that there. And remember, we want at least 2 on our board come the end of the game. So I'm definitely going to put them at this end. All right, so that ends the paradox phase. The AI has not earned an anomaly yet. So now let's move on to our power up our exosuit phase. Okay, so I think we're gonna stick with what we have been doing here, and that is, here's our 2 free ones, and I'm actually going to spend at least 1 there. Don't need that, but I can get 2 for the price of 1. So oh gosh, what to do. I really wish I had snagged that building that allowed me to get energy cores. I can always turn water into energy cores, so yeah, I'm gonna actually spend both of these here and power up right there. All right, so 4 actions, mostly mining and constructing this turn. All right, warp tiles. So what is it I want to accomplish? I don't really, I could have, I guess, used my exosuit, but I'm not going to need it. If I want to build that and that, I will need some green and some yellow. So again, remember the whole name of the game here is warping stuff back so that we can time travel back in the future to push our timeline along. So normally this is a much riskier play that I'm not comfortable with, but different strategy for this group. All right, so the Salo AI is going to just do 1. Their standard fare. They haven't removed any yet though. All right, so we are all caught up, ready to do action round. And they are doing a number 2, so they are recruiting a genius. There's not one, so they want to research. And they get another square, which is nice. As of yet, they don't have a matched set of all 3 shapes. Okay, they do go up here though, but that's fine. I wasn't going to research this turn. All right, so I think we want to go ahead and build our super project now. So let's just go ahead and get that out of the way. Got an engineer ready to go. They can go up here. We get to do it for 1 cheaper. And so our temporal tourism here is going to cost us 1. Oh wait, no. I'm short 1. Okay, so I need to go here first. And I need, what am I going to need? I need lots of blacks, actually. If I want to build that one, I've got that. Yeah, 2 and 1. Okay, so we're going to go here. All right, apologies. I thought I had it. Messed something up there. Wasn't paying attention. All right, they're doing a 5 action, so they are building this one. And they will go, see? It's like they knew what I was planning. All right, because I'm now gonna have to get my engineers back, wait, before I do that, I need to get some water. Man, see? Instead, I'm just going to pay for water to push this up and get everybody back from over here. All right, that was their turn, so they could do another construct action here. No, they are looking to remove an anomaly. That's not something they can do, so they will simply just gain 1 VP. Very nice. Okay, so now I can build. Whew. Oh wait, no, because I just had to use all my water. Oh my goodness, I am not paying attention. So let's send the administrator here to gain us our 3 water. So the solo AI is going to get 1 more turn. And they are doing a 5, which means they are recruiting. They're looking for an administrator, not available. They're looking for a scientist. One is available. There we go, and they get 1 VP. All right, now, ladies and gentlemen, I can go do my building. It's cost me every single ounce of water that I have to come over there, and yeah, I'm not going to be able to time travel this round. So my plans are going to be changing here, ladies and gentlemen. But either way, right now, I am building this super project. That was the whole point of this round. I get a discount, and I already threw my money in there, and I do have to give up this token. All right, but temporal tourism is mine, and we're gonna go ahead and just cover this up because it's about time travel, and so is this, so I don't need to be building any more power plates. All right. And so now, as a free action, I can go ahead and go backwards 3, and I think what I'm actually going to do is travel back here and just steal this one back so that I'm forcing them to roll that anomaly now. All right. Yeah. All right. 2. They are building one of these red buildings. They are, ooh, that's a biggie. Building that one, and they come up and steal that spot to do the build action. All right, so I need some water. So I will send one of my scientists now. Unfortunately, I did not plan on this, but I need the water. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. All right, back to Chronobot 5. They are building again. All right, so they really just have crushed my hopes and dreams of what I wanted to be able to accomplish this round, because they have taken up all of the building spots. And they are looking here, they want this one, and this is their 3rd and final building, so they won't be building anymore here. But they'll still steal a spot. So I was going to get another building that could do water. Actually, this one really just because it was going to give me instant water plus free action water. But I can't build anymore. There's no more building spots. So I think what we will do is just prepare for building in the future. So boom, into water. I am going to need some more water, but I really don't want to just go up there and get more. I could do some research, but again, that's not in my game plan. I don't really need research, so I think what we're going to do is send a genius as an engineer over here to mine, and we will take this one and this one. Okay. Yep. Chronobot is doing 4, so they want to build again, but they can't. See, failed action because there's no spots available. So they simply just take 1 VP, and they still move. All right, back to me. I'm going to use a scientist, spend 1 water, and travel through time. And so I'm going to jump up here and take this one, yeah, because I don't have an administrator I can give them. Oh, I don't have a purple one either. Hold on. I don't have a purple thing to give back to them. Nor do I have an administrator. Okay, you know what? I should have looked ahead. Well, I guess I didn't, but I'm just going to do that because it really doesn't matter who's there. So I'm going to push up here, and I'm going to give back my administrator. And this comes back. All right, technically that's cheating, but I could have looked ahead and realized that I really needed to have an administrator ready to pass out if I wanted to do, because I didn't have a purple. I was spending my one purple. I can't take from this timeline because that's where we currently are. That was just lack of foresight on my part. So, okay, not a big deal. If you were playing against multiplayer, somebody probably would have called foul on you, but I'm playing by myself. So, all right, I did take one more action. So, ooh, and we forgot to boom. I should be pushed up there twice. And a 5 means they do nothing and go there. Okay, I'm done. I'm out of workers. I'm out of exosuits. I am going to pass. We'll do the cleanup round. We'll do the prep round, and then we'll come back. All right, so we are ready to push on to the paradox phase here. We are in the 4th era, so next we know is coming up with impact. We've unlocked Outback Conditioner, which essentially means you can do one of these kind of city events without an exosuit. But I'm not going to be targeting that today. So first, paradox die. Here, the solo AI needs to roll. All right, and they got their 1, so they're actually done for the rest of the time here. We can do that, and we can give them their anomaly, and then they get to remove a tile of their choice, and they remove it from wherever they have the most. They're all tied, so then they go furthest back. So that one's out now. All right, so now it's no longer rolling. So now I do need to roll, however. I get a 1 for this instance, and then I'm the only one that would roll here, and I rolled another 1, which is fine because I need at least one more anomaly before the game ends. All right. Okay, so paradox power up. I'm actually going to only power up 3 exosuits this time, and I'm going to do so by spending this 1 green resource. I keep trying to build up my green resources and it doesn't work. Now, something I realized off camera just now is that I had not been collecting water for the exosuit areas I didn't place. So I had done 4 each. I knew that, which should have left 2 open spots. I know I did it when I did setup for here, but here and here I did not do it. Now we're on the 4th one. So I went ahead and took my 4 water for these previous 2, but actually now get 3 for this round. So just kind of catching myself up. May have hurt me in the past a little bit, but it's fine. I just wanted to make that correction known. So, all right, we powered up 3 exosuits. The AI has theirs ready to go. Warp phase. So what do I need here in the future, or in the present? I don't need an exosuit yet. I can do that one here down the road. I could use one of you guys again. So let's take an engineer. Had to spend water. And what else do we need? Water. I mean, we are going to need lots of water, but I am setting myself up to be able to not need so much water. So let's take a gray resource. All right, I'm okay with that. There we go. Okay. All right. So how many is the solo AI going to take? Chronobot just has 1. So there we go. All right. Yeah, let's move on with our action phase now. 3. They are coming back here. They are building. And they want to build, yep, one of the water ones. 3 and 1, good. Because I wanted that one. If he had stolen that one from me, I would have been PO'd. All right. So, knowing that he is gunning for the construction already, let's go ahead and get our construction out of the way. So we will spend 1 to use that spot, and I am wanting to build this sucker right here. So I can just go ahead and claim this, and I need to spend 1 green, just 1 black, because I get the discount, 1 yellow, and 2 water. So everything else goes back, and I get to slot that sucker in right there. Just you wait though, we're not done. We're not done here yet. All right. Yep, we're gonna be able to do that just fine. Okay. What you got for me? You are doing a 5. You want a genius. Genius is not available, so you will do research. And you get a triangle. So now they do have a complete set. That's all right. All right, I am coming right back to the building site. I'm gonna go here, spend my 1 water, and I want this guy right here. So this guy's gonna go there, 1 and 1, pretty cheap since I'm using an engineer. And now I have this great combo to be able to spend 1 water to give me this yellow cube, but then I spend a person here with the yellow cube and I get 6 water. So it's like I'm getting 5 water for free, essentially, plus a victory point. I really like that combo we just established. Okay. What's the Chronobot gonna do? He is researching. All right, ooh, and I just realized he should have done this, so. And he wants a circle. Doing a lot of researching today. All right, back to me. What do I need in the future here now? Yellows and greens to be able to. So I'm going to send my genius so they can come back awakened. And it really doesn't matter which one of these I go to. I want a yellow and a green, so I'll just go up there. There we go. Yeah, because it's going to get his yellow wherever it goes. Actually, no. Technically, strategically, I should have gone here and taken it that way. Strategically, that would have made it more difficult for him to close out his thing right here. All right. What is he doing? 4. He wants to mine. Look at that. See, my planning paid off. So he wants to come up here and he wants a yellow and a black. But he cannot get both in one foul swoop, so he goes for yellow first, and then, oh no, he can do it. He can do it. He can go right here. He can get a black here and a yellow here. He did it. Oh well. All right, so anytime he has the complete set, he immediately trades in 1 of each, back into the supply, and gains a 5 VP token. What a pain. What a pain. I thought I had him, but I didn't. Okay. All right, let's see here. It's my turn. Now I've got a whole lot of stuff I want to do over here, but first I need some water in order to do it. So let's go ahead and spend 2 here. I'm also going to spend 1 here to get my yellow cube. I'm just going to go ahead and grab it. So I'm actually just going to claim 1. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. Then we will spend our person here with our yellow cube, putting it back to gain 6 water. We'll actually use a 5 counter this time, and 1 VP. All right, so that was me placing a worker. Chronobot gets turn. I'm going to give him a lot of turns this round. All right, he is finally time traveling with getting to do something, so he's going to get to advance that. He goes back to wherever he He doesn't actually move his token. He looks to see where's the most. They're all tied, so he goes the furthest back. Removes that. All right. Back to me. I need to spend my administrator here. Spend 7. So there goes my big 5er already. I get to boop, get 2 VP for that. And I get to wake everybody up because I'm going to need all you people. All right. What are you doing here? You are 2. You are researching. So you actually have to go up here to do that. And you want a triangle. So not a whole lot more options up here. He basically has 2 of everything now. He's got a nice group of sets. All right. So all the rest of my stuff is going to be here on the board. Let's go ahead and do our free time travel to go back here. And we'll trade in our yellow, get this guy back, and advance right here. Okay? And we will go ahead and spend you and 1 water, 2 time travel as well, give back the green, and get this back. Advance this. Very nice. Okay. Yeah. I put a worker down. So I need to give them a turn 3. They are wanting to build a super project. So now they finally can build a super project. Except, ladies and gentlemen, they cannot because all of the building sites are filled up. There is no place for them to go. So this is a failed action. They simply get 1 VP. Most of that's their fault. Actually, it's half my fault, half their fault. All right. I do like that. And then it doesn't matter which one of these guys we send. We're simply sending someone here to gain 3 water. This will give the AI 1 more turn, but I needed the water. So again, I could spend someone here to remove this, but I don't have the resources and I want it there. So last but not least, this is going to be their final turn. They are doing 3 again. They're going to pay to remove an anomaly. Ironically enough, they have to have resources to remove an anomaly, and they just got rid of theirs. So again, failed action, 1 VP. Kind of stinks that they still get 1 VP out of it. Okay, but I'm done. I got no more spots to place anybody. So we are going to pass. At this point, we will stay on camera here so you guys can see the action that's going to happen. So this guy comes back. This guy comes back there. This guy comes back here. And my 3 exosuits come back. All right, let's bring back his people. All right. Clear these off. These can go back in here. All right. So at this point, we have returned or retrieved workers. We check for impact. As we push along to the new era here, we are impacting. So first thing we do is flip over this bad boy here. You see that the only thing this gives you is the place to take the evacuate action, which you can only take once per game. This would give you varying VP points or negative, but the solo AI doesn't deal with that. So the last few things we need to do are cover up our city action tile. So all of this is described if you flip over your action card right here on what needs to happen. So first things first, I need to cover up my 2 spots on my board, boom and boom. So there you go. Those are covered up. And then we need to cover up the city boards, but they're not going to be covered up yet. So if you look on the back side of these, you'll see that there is a set for recruiting, there's a set for constructing, and a set for researching. So you basically just want to divide these up, give them a good shuffle, and then you're going to pick 2, and you're going to place them out face up. So, ooh, look at that. That's dirty. You actually... Oh no, 1 less. Oh, that's nice. I was like, I thought most of these were supposed to be beneficial to you. Okay, So do the same thing for research here, boom and boom, and then for recruiting, we'll spin this, boom, and ooh, there's that exosuit one. I do like that one. All right, and so essentially what we've done is we have made these last ditch effort spaces more productive, but after we use them, we've used them up, and they will flip over and they will no longer be available. Also, at this point, anytime we fill up the mine, no matter what's here on the top space of the mine card, this is going to be a purple one, which I knew was going to happen, which is why I've left this sucker sitting out here, because I know I can still go back 1, 2, 3. I could even go one more, 1, 2, 3, 4, and still make it there. Ooh, I forgot to return these guys. These guys come back refreshed. You come back tired. You come back refreshed. All right. So there we go. All right. So that is essentially everything you need to do for the impact. At this point now, however, every time you send a worker here, when you retrieve that exosuit, you're going to flip it over. And if at the end, and remember that happens during the cleanup phase. So at the end of an era, if all of these locations, these 6 locations, are all flipped over, the game ends. And that's how things can happen so fast. Especially in the 2-player game, because there's only 6 spots, and it's very easy for the solo AI to fill up a lot of them in one round. Now, at this point forward, the solo AI gets 2 less exosuits, just like us. So their pile is reduced down to 4 now. But that's it. Pretty much everything goes on as normal. But again, if we get to the end of the 7th era, or if we have used up all these spots and there's no place left to go, then the game is going to end. So at this point, I'm going to go ahead and do the preparation phase, which again here is going to be, now we need to fill back in over here, and then I'm going to fill up from the bottom, because you're going to see that these 2 are going to be yellow, and after impact, this one, top one, is always purple. Then we go over here, nothing changes for our worker pool. Ooh, look at that, 1 of each, which does not bode well for us. I was hoping there would not be any administrators available. The Chronobot just wants a single administrator to get 5 more VP out of that. All right, we can push all these buildings over now. Boom, 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 and boom. And we can reveal our next super project. All right, super project gains you 3 additional VP. The ultimate plan. Any 2 triangles? I don't have any. I'm basically not building that. Okay, so that was the prep phase, paradox phase. So we go over here. I've got the only one left, and I rolled the double, which is fine. I simply put this one here, so I'm actually not rolling this anymore. And I'm going to get my second anomaly, which is exactly what I wanted. And so now we're just rolling for the solo AI to see if we can't get them one. And they actually missed. They got 0 this time. We go here. They don't have to roll. I don't have to roll either, because I've already filled up on my paradoxes. So I slide this off, and I now actually get to remove one for free. So, which is nice, because I can come back here and get rid of this one. That one was going to be a little bit trickier to get, because I had to go retrieve a purple resource. So I will just pull that one back up. I can easily do these 2 this round. And that ends the paradox phase. Oh, I need to take my anomaly, which I do need, and I'm going to put you down here at this end, because I can stick it anywhere. That's my special faction action. So paradox phase is done. Warp phase, power-up phase. Sorry, power-up phase. So I get 2 free spaces. Now normally the other factions after impact only get 1 free space. And I think I'm actually just going to do those 2. Because I'm going to try and sneak over here, steal that administrator so they don't get this purely defensive move, but it's going to get me a 3rd exosuit for the round. I also may go ahead and take one using this too. So only going to take the free ones, not have to pay for any. So I'm going to get 2 free water for not placing any there. All right, they get their 4. Now we move on to the warp. So I discussed this a second ago. I think I am going to go ahead and claim one. So I get to drop you in there because it comes in powered. And what do I want to do now? I need to be able to time travel. I've got plenty of water, although I have been using a lot of water. I do want greens, but I don't want to have to give them back up at the end of the game. Although, yeah, let's do this. There we go. Take a green. All right. Okay, that's good. What is the Chronobot taking? He has taken 2. Look at that. For the first time ever, he jumps out ahead and ties me up. Okay, there we go. And now we are moving on to the action rounds. So, Chronobot's still going first. Twofer. He wants to mine for resources. So he is sending one of his guys. He wants a purple one, and then he wants a green one. So he's going to go up here and go boom, boom. All right. I want to time travel, and nothing's getting in my way. Ooh, I wanted to steal that administrator. So I can send my genius? Is that the best move? Yeah, because I want my administrator down there, so it really doesn't matter. Send my genius. Actually, no. So let's send the administrator. There we go. So I'm going to go here. That's going to give me a free exosuit, which I will not have to pay for in the future. All right, and I'm taking this guy just purely so the solo AI can't have him. And that's why I sent the administrator, because I was getting one back. I get 1 VP for it, and I got my exosuit. Very nice. All right, what are you doing? Guy number 4, which is tucked under here. He wants to build one of these. So he goes over here, and he always steals the top one. So he's going to steal that one. And he wants the best one. They're tied, so he's going to take this one. All right. Okay, I actually have more exosuits now than I honestly know what to do with. So I could do some construction, but I'm going to need resources first to do that. So is there anything worth? That gives me a whole extra thing in the future, which I may or may not need, because I plan on giving all this stuff back here in a second. So that's actually a pretty good deal right there. So if I were to go there, and I were to go there, I could build it for 1, 2 cheaper, and 2 water. All right. So I'm going to send an engineer here, and I need a yellow. And I'm going to be needing greens. Definitely want greens here. Don't have enough. So yeah, we'll do that. All right. Yeah. I'm going to need my engineers back here in a second. So what are you doing? You are doing number 4. So you want to recruit. Haha, but I took your person. So you will recruit starting from the top, working down. You want a genius. let's see, we'll cover up this spot, and you will take this genius, and you will double them up. There you go. And you will get 1 VP for that. All right. I feel like this game might end right now. All right, so hold on to one of those people. Let's send our administrator here. Yeah, do I have my 7, 2, 4, 6, 7? Yes. All right, so there's my 7. Get all these guys back. I get 2 VP for it. All right, that was a worker. And this is actually their last placement of an exosuit. So what are they doing with this guy? They want to build another lab. They don't want to do that, so it goes out here. Yeah. They just failed action, take 1 VP. Yeah. All right. I'm pretty sure they actually do this anyways. Hold on. Build, construct. Let's see here. Each time the Chronobot's construct action is for a specific building type. When constructing the construct action, the Chronobot always picks the building with the higher VP. If tied, it takes the one on the secondary stack. If it already has 3 buildings of the desired type, it takes nothing, but still places an exosuit to block a construction. Yes. So it's actually done. So it's going to start pulling stuff off the timeline here. Okay. Which is what I need to do as well. But first, I want to send engineer up here. I am going to have to, hold on. I need to get some free water first. Boom, boom. Okay. So send you up there, spend 1 to go to that location, then 2, 1, and 1 with the discount in order to spend you right here. All right, very nice. Okay. Back over here, we need to look and see what they're going to do if they have no exosuits. I don't run into this often. Once the Chronobot has run out of exosuits, it takes a time travel action on its next turn if able, then passes. However, if you pass first and the Chronobot has taken at least 3 actions, the action round ends immediately. Okay, so do I even bother rolling, or is it just going to take a time travel action? I think it just takes a time travel action. So it gets to push over here. It looks to see where it has it can't do from here, so it's going to take this one back. But it's marching along this line here. All right, so let's go ahead and take some of our time travel actions here. Let's go boom, boom, and give up this guy. Get you back. All right. Okay, so we know that the game is not going to end right now. I have at least until the next round. So I actually need I need to go here and here to take these 2 in order to do my remaining time travel. All right. Okay, so I've done that. They're going to continue to do time travel. So they're going to remove this one. Boom. At this point, they're done. They're going to pass because they got nothing left to do. They don't have any other warp tiles that they can remove. I, however, can send you here with 1 water and give back my gray and remove this one. So boom. Right? I did 1 here, then 2 is 3, 5, and now this is 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I should be here. Yeah, 1 more push. All right, yeah, we're going to be able to do that. We got it covered. All right, so again, we go over here. They can't time travel. They got nothing to remove. So they're done, essentially. But I'm not done because I can go here to gain a green, and I can do this whole combo. No, I can't. I don't even have a water to spend, so I'm just going to go here and get 3 free water. All right, now I'm done. So at this point, cleanup phase is back to being normal. We're going to go through the cleanup phase. We're going to go through the prep phase. Then we're going to push out here. I'm guessing that we are not going to make it into the 7th round. Just so you guys are aware, hold on, let me go ahead and do this. As you remove a worker from here, and this guy will come back here, you flip over this tile. So you pull this guy off, this tile flips. Pull this guy and this guy off, both these tiles flip. All right, so that is how that works. The mine is always available. So these guys actually come back ready. And these upper spaces are always available. But these spaces are closed off now. So as soon as 2 research actions, so I could actually kind of make it. I could push the end game if I wanted to. But these spaces are no longer available for placing an exosuit. So that is really the only difference after impact for cleanup phase. Okay, so we are entering what I'm pretty sure is going to be the final round of the game. And we're doing paradox. So we're each going to have to roll once on the die here, which is perfect. 1 for me, 2 for the AI. So he just pushes over here like that. I have 1. This is perfect. I'm pretty sure I'm just going to have my 2 anomalies, which I'll have to deal with, but won't get any more. I've been doing a lot of time traveling, and I've gotten pretty lucky there. All right, power-ups. I'm going to power up 3 exosuits, 2 for free, and pay 1 black resource to power up the 3rd. All right, it still has 1, 2, 3, 4. Warp. I am going to claim. Oh, is it worth it? I don't think it's actually worth it to go grab anything right now. So I'm actually not going to take anything, but it will still roll. It really doesn't matter. It will take 1. Because you need to be able to reconcile the timeline at the end of the game. You get a free chance to give everything back at the last minute if you have it. Okay, so action rounds. Chronobot is doing a number 4. It wants to build. It's already got 3 of these, so it's just going to take a 1 VP, but it still takes this guy here and goes right there. So maybe it's not actually, it needs to roll 2. Oh no, it wants to research. So it needs to get here, or it needs to roll a couple 5s. See, I've got too much stuff I want to do here before I start researching. So maybe this won't end things. Okay, so I want to send an engineer here, and I will claim a yellow one here and a green one. Okay, that was my action. What are you doing? You're doing a 4, so there you go, that's fine. Okay, I needed that. Did I need that yellow? I don't know. Let's go ahead and do this. Let's take our free action to travel back in time, and we're going to give up one of our exosuits. So we actually have to take a powered up exosuit, take it off our board in order to remove this tile here. But this allows us to push up there like so. So we have been successful in reaching the end of our time travel timeline. All right, that was a free action. So I will spend my next action to send you here and gain a green cube. I can't get those off the bottom. All right, I'm one green cube short. Am I really? Hold on. Yeah, I think I should have gone here. All right. Yeah. Okay. Which it really doesn't matter. I couldn't get 8 green cubes built up by the end of the game here. Okay. All right, but that's fine. So what is the Chronobot going to do? 5. They want to build a red building. Okay, so this might help. They're going to go here. 3 and 2. They built this one. All right. Okay, so now either of these actions will push that along. All right. What do I want to do here? I want to make sure that I can get this done. This guy should be over here. So let's go up here and go boom, evacuate. We have 2 anomalies, check. That's 4 VP. We have our timeline times 2, which 2, 4, 6, 8 is 4, but I only have 6, so I can only do this 3 times. So 15 times 4 is 20. I'm going to take 4 of these and make change. All right. So essentially 40 points almost, 39 from these 2 spots right here. All right. Back to you, sir. And it's a 2. Of course it's a 2. You want to recruit, but you can't because there's no places to do it, so it's a failed action. You get 1 VP. I still don't understand why he gets 1 VP for that, but all right. See, this is where I wish I could just go ahead and knock those out, but I can't. So let's go ahead. I've now, counted these. I can now actually kind of spend these. So I know I'm going to get a chance to do 1 there. Let's do this. Spend 1 water and 1 resource to get, or no, spend 1 water to gain a resource. Let's make it a yellow. And then spend a worker here, plus that yellow right back again to gain 6 water and 1 VP. All right, back over to you, sir. 3 is not what I wanted. He cannot build, so he just is racking up his victory points. All right. Yeah, I'm simply just pushing for victory points here. So here's 7. Let's move everybody back over to here and get 2 VP. 1, 2. And I really don't need the water. The water's not going to help me at the end of the round. I mean, I could technically go here and get 2 free water, but I did that so the Chronobot can at least get 1 more turn, which is another 3. It time travels, removes 1 of these, and pushes up here. All right, so I'm going to go back here. It has gotten 3 actions. Is it worth it for me to get 3 more water? I don't think so. Is it worth it for me to time travel and go ahead and scoop that thing back up now? No, because these aren't going anywhere. I'm not going to lose them, and I can reconcile at the end. I don't have an exosuit to send out, so I think I'm going to pass. And unfortunately, we will go into the 7th and final era, which I didn't really want to have happen, but that's fine. I think I can close things out pretty quickly over there. So cleanup worker phase, prep phase, and then we'll be back. All right, so I went ahead and went through all of the phases. So paradox phase, I earned 1 thing. It earned its last one, so it actually earned 1 more anomaly. If we were playing further at this point, to keep myself from getting anomaly, I could spend a free action in 2 water to push things away, but we are good there. And we've seeded everything up. I have just taken my 2 free exosuits. It's got its 4 back. So let's just go ahead and finish this game here. It is going to take a 5 action, which, okay, it's going to help me finish it for it. So it wants to take a research action. It's going to go up there and take that spot from me, which I actually kind of wanted because it was 2 free VP. So it's going to roll and get a circle. Okay. And I am going to send one of my scientists up here. It means I get to set both of the die. It doesn't really matter to me. Yeah, I'm trying to see if I could even like build a thing. One of these super projects. If I did that. So let's just take, since I can set both of them, I'm going to take, is that this one? Yeah. All right. I'm just going to take that one. We'll see if we can accomplish this. I don't know how, though. I don't know how I can do this. Yeah, because I'm running out of exosuits. So, oh well. All right. Yeah, I'm literally going to be just like 2 blacks short. I could have taken 1 during the warp phase. But yeah, I could take 1 water and take 1 there. That's going to give me another green one. Unfortunately, there's no way. The nomadic traders here don't let you just turn something into another thing. I could send an administrator, but then I'd run out of my exosuits. Okay, I just don't think it's going to happen. So let's see what they're doing. There's very little left to do here. 2, they want to build a gray building. They've already got, so they do that, and then they do this. Okay. So yeah, even if I were to take this free action, spend a water to get a free black one, and I get the discount of a black one, I'm still going to be short in building that right there. Which is unfortunate. Yeah, because that's a green. I don't have any way to build. So close. So close. I could have slotted that in right there. Gotten 6 more points. It would have been very pretty. Oh, but it's just not in the cards. Literally 1 short. 1 cube short. That's so devastating. Okay. All right. So yeah, at this point, I don't foresee why I could get, I could go through the steps of, but I feel like he's just going to get more and more resources. So I am going to go ahead and pass. He has not gotten 3 actions, however. He's only gotten 2. Yeah. So in the rules, it says, immediately, if the Chronobot has not yet taken 3 actions, it will continue taking turns until it has, at which point the action phase ends immediately. So, yeah, I don't get any VP for water or additional resources or, having traveled back in time because I'm up here. So, yeah, we're just kind of done. I guess guess I could just send this guy up here. Is there anything I can build? One and one and one water. Nope, see, I'm missing a water. Oh no, I can go here and get 2 water. Alright, so we could build. Hold on. Let's send my engineer. We'll block this off, make sure they don't do anything. So spend my 1 water there. And it's got to be one of these 2. They are the same. Anomalies. +2. Ooh, yeah. Let's take that. And so that was going to be 1 and 1 and 1 water. That wasn't so bad. There we go. And that goes right there. That's 2 VP, and it's going to make these cheaper. Perfect. All right, so what he really has nothing left he can do, which was nothing. He's gotten his chance. At this point, I'm going to pass. He's gotten 3 rolls. We are done, ladies and gentlemen. Let me get out the score pad and see who won this game. So, we're just going to tuck it right over here. You can see the last game I played against them. It was a tight one, but I did come out victorious. So, buildings. I have 2, 5, 6. Wait, I'm confusing myself here. 2, 3, 6, 7, 10, 11, 13. Chronobot has, ooh, that 4 is tough. 5, that's 7, 9, 13 right there. Sorry, 13, 17, 24. Ooh. But it did better than me last time too. Super Projects is 6 for me, nothing for him. Look at that. Anomalies, he's getting -6, and I would get -6, but these each count as +2, so there's actually only -2. Super helpful. All right, I get 20 points for being here. That's where all my big money was coming from. He gets 8. I get 4 for being here. It does not have a morale track. It is gonna get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, plus an additional, what is it? An additional 3 for the sets, plus 2 additional VPs for a set. So it's got, yeah, 4, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 11 points, and I'm only getting 1. And then random points here, it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 20 exactly. I know I've got 20 in here somewhere. There's 20 plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 28. So I think we will be successful here. Last but not least, I have to reconcile the timeline, which I can do. I can pay that back to remove that. It does not have to reconcile the timeline, so neither one of us lose any points here. And let's do some quick math. This is 44, 55, 63 minus 6 is 57, so it did better. But how did I do? I did 48, 53 minus 53 minus 2 is 51, 57, 60, 70. So we both improved, ladies and gentlemen, from our last game. So we were victorious with the path of salvation. I know this was a long playthrough, so if you stuck with me through the whole thing, I really appreciate it. If you enjoyed this video, please consider giving it a thumbs up. And if you'd like to see more content like this in the future, please consider subscribing to the channel. I do plan on figuring out the Fractures of Time expansion rules and then bringing out the Chronosis bot to play against him using some of the variants. That's going to be in a little bit, however. So if you would like to see that, please leave a comment in the section below so I know to prioritize that video more than others. Once again, thanks for watching. Thanks for sticking with me. Have a great day.